favorite campsites are booked.
And it snapped up so quick. Now a San Francisco startup is giving you access to more than 10,000 private campsites by connecting people with room to spare with people looking for a little R&R.
For more on this, we are joined live in the studio this morning by Hipcamp CEO Alyssa. Good morning.
Good morning.
A local.
Marin local. Thanks for having me.
What was your favorite spot to camp growing up?
We went to Hendy Woods in California State Park every single year growing up, and actually seeing the park on the closure list was part of why I got so excited about camping and really wanting to get more people outside.
So you talk about that. So a few years back, I remember covering stories about state parks having to close, dead on the finance, and then this idea came because of that?
Definitely. So the big insight was if we don't build great technology that's going to connect people with nature, it's not guaranteed people are going to keep getting outside. So we're using the technology to make it a lot more accessible to people.
People do get discouraged when they want to reserve a campsite and they can't, and then they might just give up and not go camping at all.
Yeah, I've experienced that myself, and everything's booked, especially around the Bay Area. We're blessed with population growth, but it's making it hard to find more quiet places in nature. So that's why we started unlocking access to private land.
I looked up one of my favorite spots, West Marin, for like next weekend. I thought I'd find nothing. However, I found a geodesic dome for $70. I found campsites that were priced far lower than that. What I really appreciate is that you tell me, I have a toilet, I have a shower, here's how far you have to walk, because I need to know those particulars, not only for me, but I've got little ones as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole idea is just to make it really simple. We think people need to spend time in nature. It's part of being healthy and happy, and so we just want to make it really easy for you to do that.
And I want to be comfortable. That's because if I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to come back.
So what you say, is this for all campers? Because she might like more glamping, and then some of us might want more the rugged, just a tent near the stream.
Totally. So we range all the way from like a real wilderness experience where you're going to bring your own water, all the way up to, we were just talking about a beautiful tree house in the redwoods with a hot shower. So we've got a big range.
How did it, you talked about private land. How does that work? I mean, and how do people get onto the site if I have private land and I want to open it up?
So the Bay Area is actually the #1 area where we're looking for more landowners. We have so many campers here, so much demand. So anyone who has land, who's interested in earning a little extra income, but also sharing your beautiful property with people who are going to, really appreciate it, can go to hipcamp.com and sign up. You can create a listing. It's really simple. We've got experts to help you. You choose your own prices. You set your own calendar dates, and then we just take a simple 10% commission and include insurance liability in that. So you're covered for any liability incident, and we'll do all the marketing.
So you have the idea. Do you know anything about coding? Did you know about business plans and doing all that?
So I actually learned how to program to build the first version of the site on my own.
Nice. Excellent. Wow. And how big is it now? How many states are you guys in?
So we're across the entire country now, all 50 states. Bay Area is our first market. It's our strongest market. We've added hundreds of new sites in the Bay Area alone just in the last couple of weeks. So we're seeing a tremendous growth here. It's really exciting.
I mentioned West Marin, and I think, there is no secret about how great West Marin is. I also just typed in Castro Valley, for example, because not a lot of people think of Castro Valley as a jewel of the East Bay. But I found spots that were really intriguing there in a place I wouldn't normally think of.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea, is to bring nature a little closer to people and make it more accessible. We're all about nature really being the antidote, I think, to a lot of the modern ailments and stress. We've got screens and cameras and computers everywhere. Getting outside is a great way just to disconnect and remember what's important and kind of recharge a bit.
As you're doing this job, have you noticed trends in camping? Things that, this is happening a lot more. And what is that?
Yeah, so glamping is a huge trend. We're all about it. You don't have a tent, you don't have a sleeping bag, that's no problem. We still want you to get outside. So that's one of the biggest trends we're seeing right now. And just in the last couple years, camping, which had been declining for the past 10 years or so pretty steadily, has suddenly exploded.
So you attribute that to social media?
Yeah, well, most of it's from millennials. So we really think it's kind of a lot of this Instagram, people getting inspired and wanting to get out there. And also, I think, again, just looking at our iPhones all day, every day, there's going to be a counter trend. There's going to be people, looking for the opposite of that. And we think nature's the right way to do that.
You're so busy running your business. Do you still get a camp?
Absolutely.
It's
so important.
Sure.
I'm going on a 2-week camping road trip to go visit a bunch of our hosts all up and down the coast starting next Friday. So
it's part of the gig.
Yeah, we got to live the brand.
Before we go, what advice would you give to an entrepreneur out there, someone trying to start a business like you did?
I think having some basic technical skills is so important. If it's going to be an internet company, I think knowing the basics is just so key to really being able to test your own idea.
Coding?
Yeah, basic coding. I think just for me, it was really important to be able to test my own idea before trying to involve other people and investors.
Right.
Just kind of getting that initial traction was really helpful. And then just not giving up. I mean, for the first 2 or 3 years, this was just, me and a computer and wondering if this was ever going to take off. And so I think having a business that you're passionate about gives you that energy to push through all the hard stuff early on.
Good for you.
Alyssa Ravazio, the local success story. Congratulations
Thank you
again.
so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having
CEO
me.
of Hipcamp. If you don't have it, go get it. We've put more information about it for you on our own website at KTVU.com. Look for it in the web link section right there under the Mornings on 2 tab. You can also find it on that KTVU mobile app. We'll be back after the break.